Resistance is pain. Why resist? I'm not talking about those things you don't want to fucking do. Because why would you fucking try to do them if you didn't want to do them? You're resisting something in you that's telling you that you need to do this thing. Why resist? Self is a funny thing. There's a lot of different parts trying to stay alive at the same time. And at the end of the day, sure, you think this part of me right now is who I am. I make the plans for myself. I carry out the plans. And if that's you, it's a good thing. But I'm here to tell you, it's not a lot of people. A lot of people make plans for themselves, fall short, make plans for themselves, and reason that they're not actually going to do those things. That they spent so much time brainstorming, researching. They shrug it off. They go back to doing what they were doing. They resist. The aspect of themselves that seems to know the better thing to do, they resist. Until one day, it's not enough again. The way they've been living, it's not enough again. And it's funny, it's usually just in the darkest of moments when people get carried away. It's not when you're just fucking around, 4 or 5 beer, a couple lines, smoke some pot. You get fucking carried away. You lose control. You're addicted to something, you walk like a zombie into the night to get that fucking thing. You spend all your money till it's fucking gone. There's no goddamn point in listing off anything else. You know, when you get to that point, that something needs to change. And you get to that point all the fucking time, that something needs to change. That's why you hear that shit. That shit in your head. Don't fuck around anymore. Why are you still doing this? You know it's not good for you. You know there are people that love you. Everybody's got a mother. Dead or alive. Because you really got to think about shit like that. Where the hell is all this reason coming from? A lot of people say it's the brain. Yeah, that's a pretty good point, what I have to say to them. So if you imagine a bowl of ice cream, this is what I used to say to my mother. If you imagine a bowl of ice cream, and you see it there, it's vanilla, strawberry, chocolate. You get all 3 colors. It's in your mind. You got a porcelain bowl that it's in, white, smooth, cold, stainless steel spoon. And you take a bite. You lift the spoon up to your mouth. You feel the weight of the ice cream in the spoon. Yada yada, right? Where's the ice cream? Now my mom would say, it's in your mind. Or it's in your brain, is what she would say. And I'd say, okay, so I can cut you open. Grab the ice cream out from inside. And she'd say, no, it's in my imagination. And I think, okay, so where's that? And she usually look a little stifled, a little confused, and I don't know. And I'd say, well, isn't it strange that we can taste it, and we can feel it, and we can hear it? And from within, We can even receive advice. So it doesn't really matter what you think that is or where you think it is. It's a cool thing to think about, but you gotta realize there's another world going on inside of us that we don't know about. What you see on the outside is just the tip of the iceberg. And there are parts of us inside that know better. There are also parts of us inside that want to hold that part back because they know if they begin to take on too much a percentage of who we are, that those lower parts won't have room for themselves anymore. And so you'll often find, if you try to change, there are conflicts with other aspects of your life. A friend once told me, as one becomes closer to God, friends will fall away from you. And I don't know if he was necessarily wrong. It's hard to admit, but even with our best efforts, we can find the people that we call our friends spending less and less time with us, finding themselves in entirely different worlds, of which we who walk in the Spirit are no longer a part. And I don't mean to say that I'm one that walks in the Spirit, because I am in two worlds as well. This is a learning process for me. I find myself at odds with myself just as much as I'd think anyone today would. But these people fall away from us, and we have to accept it as part of our path and part of theirs as well. The most important part is to not give up, to not say these differences are going to have to be things that divide us entirely, things that end the conversation. I'll always try to keep talking. The real mission is to find out how to reach those that are lower. Because who is anyone to think that they'll perfect themselves in one lifetime? Whether you believe in an afterlife or not, there's something to be said for the perfection of form. The material reductionist existentialists say you get one shot, so whatever your ideal is, you want to go for it, you should go for it. The more spiritual people, you know that this isn't the end. You know that there's no escape. Doesn't matter what you do, you might as well try to make the suffering less. Some people believe there is an escape. Not in this world. I mean, there are monks, people who have claimed enlightenment. Maybe that is the escape. Who am I to say I know anything about anything? All I know is I continuously resist. And this puts me in a position of pain. And if there's anything that I could say to anyone who might even listen to this, is get some peace and quiet. Get away from the hustle and bustle. Lay back, close your eyes, and try to listen to that small, still voice inside. And recognize if it's truly trying to give you better things, trying to help the people around you grow to higher places. That's everything.